on understanding the post-due diligence negotiation game, where negotiation begins in the M&A process. M&A negotiation happens after full due diligence is complete, not before. At this stage, both parties have exchanged detailed information through several months of investigation. The buyer has identified specific risks, validated assumptions, and quantified concerns. The seller understands what the buyer knows and anticipates pushback on certain issues. This negotiation phase has three objectives: finalizing the price, allocating risks between parties, and securing deal certainty. Buyer objectives in post-DD negotiation. Buyers enter this phase focused on converting discovered risks into concrete protections. Every risk found during due diligence becomes a negotiation point. The buyer wants to shift financial exposure through price reductions, structural adjustments, or legal protections. Risk mitigation takes four forms: direct price cuts, working capital adjustments, escrow holdbacks, or indemnification clauses. The buyer also needs speed and certainty to justify the committed resources and financing arrangements. Seller objectives in post-DD negotiation. Sellers defend the originally agreed valuation while minimizing conditions that could delay or kill the deal. They resist price reductions by arguing that identified issues were already known or immaterial. Sellers push for clean exits with minimal post-closing obligations or liability exposure. They want fast closing with few conditions precedent that could extend timelines or create uncertainty. The tension between buyer protection and seller certainty defines this negotiation phase. Part 2. The four negotiation levers. Post-DD negotiation revolves around four specific levers that buyers and sellers trade off against each other. First is price, which includes base purchase price adjustments and how value gets calculated at closing. Second is structural adjustments, covering working capital mechanisms, net debt calculations, and earnout formulas. Third is protective provisions like representations and warranties, indemnification caps and baskets, and escrow arrangements. Fourth is conditions precedent, which are requirements that must be satisfied before closing can occur. Understanding how these levers interact determines negotiation strategy and outcome. Price and adjustment mechanisms. Price negotiations extend beyond the headline number to include detailed adjustment formulas. Buyers push for completion accounts methods where final price adjusts based on actual closing date financials. Sellers prefer locked box mechanisms where price is fixed at a historical balance sheet date. Working capital adjustments ensure the business has normalized operating capital at closing. Net debt adjustments account for changes in financial liabilities between signing and closing. These technical mechanisms can shift tens of millions in final consideration. Protective provisions and deal certainty. Protective provisions allocate post-closing risks through legal mechanisms rather than price adjustments. Indemnification clauses specify who pays if pre-closing issues surface after the deal closes. Escrow holdbacks retain portions of purchase price to cover potential claims for defined periods. Conditions precedent protect buyers by allowing termination if specific events occur or fail to occur. Material adverse effect clauses define what deterioration justifies walking away from the transaction. Sellers view these provisions as deal risk, while buyers see them as essential protection.